Now unto him who was able to do exceeding abundantly above all you can ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. It's the AC Green Show. How you doing, everybody? Beautiful sunny Sunday. You know what I do? Get up on a Sunday morning, thank God for a brand new day, brand new week. Go to my social media. Y'all go to my social media. Go to the website first, theacgreenshow.com, theacgreenshow.com, and click at the top of the page. You'll see Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of that, and then you'll see where I said on Facebook, good morning, and then you say good morning back to me because I have a radio show. Thank God you support me with the radio show. I get on the radio and I say, good morning. Yeah, thank you all, too. I appreciate you every single day of the week. You all connect with me, stay with me on social media. I know you don't agree with everything I say. I get it. But, you know, back in the day when folks were losing their homes real big, a lot of people every day losing their homes in the mortgage crisis, a lot of people did not believe what I was saying. And that went from not believing to 16 years later, we have helped over 110,000 people get a lower monthly mortgage, all right? So you don't know until you know. So I appreciate you all hanging in there with me as I process through this. Thank you all so much. Virgie Holiday, always with the good mornings. Hey, my sister, Lori, let me say, my sister listens. My sister is not you have any family that's not on social media?
Yeah.
Like not on social media?
Yeah.
But I mean, my sister is with me like every show. She's probably listening right now. I appreciate my sister, Lori. But Faith Christy, always on my social media. Good morning. Thank you all for hanging with me. Appreciate it. Hey, Trishan, good morning. Antoinette, good morning. Maria, good morning. Earthly Love, good morning. Moretta, Golden Lake, good morning. Martha, good morning. Alessa, she never called in to let us know exactly how to say that. And then she talks to our team sometimes and she never gets on my case, so I guess it's good. All right, hey, Linda, what's happening? Brenda, that's Miss Shannon. Patricia, Donna, Sheila, Arlene, so many of you all. Good morning back to you. Good evening. Good night. Yeah, if I don't talk to you later, yeah, good night to you. But don't go anywhere. We're not done with the show. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Ha ha. Good night. Stay here. So we're going back to you.
Hey everybody, tune in. AC Green Show with Dr. Shawnise Carter live. She'll be talking about her.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. And if I don't talk to you before you go to bed, good night. Stay here though. I'm not done. All right. Good afternoon. Hey, y'all, listen, don't forget, go to my website, theacgreenshow.com. A whole lot of information you need to glean. That's a good word for you today. Glean from the website. Get on over there, theacgreenshow.com, theacgreenshow.com. I want to make sure that if you're struggling with your mortgage, behind on mortgage payments, if you have a sale date on your home, if you're in a situation where your loved one has left you the property and it's not in your name, you need to get that property in your name. In some cases, homes are paid for already. Your loved one paid for the home. They want you to have the home. They passed away without doing all the legal things to make sure you legally had the home. So you're living in it maybe, but you don't legally have it. So you can't sell it. You can't do anything legal with it. But we can help you get your name legally on the property so that you can enjoy living in the home and not being at risk of being put out of that house. All right, do your thing. The website, theacgreenshow.com, theacgreenshow.com, theacgreenshow.com. In the studio, let's see. Here's the book, My Hero Story, God's Glory. Dr. Shawnise L. Carter. She's in the studio. Hey, Dr. Carter, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. PhD, Dr. Carter. Hey, so give people the short version of what this book is all about.
Short version. I think it's a self-help book where I just talk about some things that I've gone through in my life and the lessons that I've learned, most importantly, and how God has been faithful throughout it all. And really, it's about self-reflection. So I want people to look at their own selves, see themselves and me and my stories, and how they can move past.
All right, so that's how you want them to see when they give me one of those stories. Give me a nice concise story about your life, something that you overcame, something that you didn't believe in yourself could happen. We can be honest sometimes. Even though we believe in God, we have those doubts, right? That's why there is a God that's bigger than us. Because if we were at the same level of God, we already be there. We just going to heaven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't there.
Right.
We trying to get there. All right. So what was that thing for you?
A lot of things. I mean, just personal goals. One would be getting my clinical doctorate. That was something that I had to.
Is that the realest, deepest thing?
The realest, deepest thing. I mean, really just starting my business, going after and pursuing different goals. So I have some stuff about entrepreneurship in there.
Okay.
I have some stuff about betrayal and how business partners betrayed me and how to move forward. Through all of those different kinds of situations.
So is the book geared for women particularly, or women and men?
I would say, surprisingly, I would say that there are some men who can really relate to some of the things, because betrayal happens to everyone.
Yeah.
Right. So how to overcome betrayal, delay, and loss. Yeah. All of those things happen to everyone.
So how do you overcome a situation? So in your opinion, how do you overcome something when it's really not you that has to be overcome? You don't want to leave your family. You don't want to leave your friends. Right? You have grown up with some people. You love your mama. You supposed to love your daddy and your mama. You can't leave them. You can't move away and not ever see them again. How do you overcome something that really doesn't really rest on you?
I think, and that's in my book a lot too, just my relationship with God. It changed throughout my life, throughout the situations that I was going through. Just really pressing in really helped me overcome situations that were bigger than me, that were beyond me, that I didn't have the strength to move on or leave someone, or whatever that story
but
was.
It's easy to say, but it's not easy to move on. So especially with mom, dad, and sisters and those things, sometimes you have to separate yourself, but that's not an easy thing. And then what about the guilt you feel because it didn't rest on you? You did nothing wrong, but because you're not in good fellowship with someone that is in your family, that makes you feel a certain way. You're not at the barbecues, you're not at the cookouts, you don't really want to go around because it's something there that is not quite right, but it's your loved one. How do you move on from somebody who's physically living? How do you do that?
I think if it's a toxic relationship, even if it is a family member, then that's something that you have to, again, trust God through and figure out how to
you hit me again with the trust God through. I'm telling you, that's the cliche. The 99% of the people, trust God is a cliche.
It is a cliche. However, I would say that, once you try to have those conversations, and if those conversations are...
Do you think you should have the conversation, though?
I think you should.
It's hard for some people to have a conversation. There are some people listening to us right now who are, if they ain't good with their mama and their daddy or a family member, right? And they are faking the funk every time they're around them. It's conversations. They might even be in the same house, but they won't have a real conversation. So they suffer from high blood pressure. They got all kinds of anxiety, and they wonder why I got this anxiety, why I got this and that. Maybe it is some things you haven't dealt with the people you're around every single second of every day.
And that is true.
And you sick. It's literally making you sick. Yes. But you don't want to have the conversation. You know why? Because you're risking permanent separation and rejection when you do that. So are you telling people that they check out your book, they will find the courage, they will find the strength to risk that?
I am, and I'm telling people that there is a chapter in my book where I talk about toxic behaviors, toxic traits, self-sabotaging, all of those different things to really cause you to look internally and see, why are you afraid to let go? Why are you afraid to
have a conversation? People don't want to have can I tell them something? Don't let that person die and you haven't had that conversation.
Correct.
Now you got to live with your whole life with all the regret of that. All right, so you have a book signing coming up. When is it?
It's April the 20th, which is next Saturday. It starts at noon, so it's from noon to 2 o'clock.
Okay, noon to 2 o'clock next Saturday. All right, how can they get...
Barnes & Noble
okay.
in Orland Park.
They still have bookstores, huh?
Yeah.
That's a
They
beautiful
do.
thing.
Yep.
It's in Orleans.
And then if you,
It's in Orleans.
it is, but they're bringing one down the street.
Are
In
they really?
Cherville. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Cherville, Orleans. Y'all, come on now, go. Hey, y'all hear? I ain't saying what I'm saying. All right. So it's gonna give them the address, or why don't you give them a website? So do you have the information on the website or
Yes,
social
I
media
do.
page?
Yes, I do. So you can go to my website, drshawmazing.com, www.drshawmazing.com, and
Shaw
Shawmazing,
SH.
SHAWMAZING.
All right. So one more time with the website.
www.drshawmazing.com.
www.drshawmazing.com. In the studio with me, Dr. Shawnise Carter, My Hero Story, God's Glory. Get to the book signing. All right. So y'all get there. drshawmazing.com.
Yes, and if you are not able to make it, you can still purchase my book on that website. So go on there and purchase it as well.
All right. Good to have you.
Thank you for having
All right,
me.
get the book, everybody. My Hero Story, God's Glory, Dr. Shawnise Carter. More to come. It's the AC Green Show. Don't forget, go to my website.